Hi there and welcome back to Bryan's Model Workshop. Today is a donations and purchases video. A couple of donations from friends from different groups and a couple of things that I picked up that might be of interest. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to start off with a donation from one of the groups that I'm in, a chap called Ralph Cooling. Lovely guy, sent me a few bits in the past as well. He's had a bit of a clear out and we got a couple of kits. So we got the 172nd North American P51D Mustang, which is A01004A. It's 136 millimeters long, it's 157 meters wide, and there's 53 pieces. It's a skill level 1 with 1 flying hour. It comes with, I think, 2 schemes. Yep. Or it might just be the one actually. Yeah, just the one. But it's a nice kit, so that would be great to do. So thanks for that, Ralph. And the other one that Ralph sent was one that I haven't seen in a good while. Now, this is a Hasegawa kit. It's the KFIR C2 from the Israeli Air Force. Again, this one has got a decent set of decals. This one is open. I think there's 2 schemes. There is 2 schemes for this one. I was getting confused. So we've got our 2 schemes. So you've got the camouflage one and you got the pale blue one. So yeah, I think if I was doing that, I'd probably do the camouflage one. This is, what details have we got on this? Not too many, I don't think, on the outside. Yeah, 216 millimeter length and a wingspan of 114. There's 54 pieces, and yeah, there's one of the schemes. Give you a close up of the box art as well. There we go. Not sure if this is what Ralph paid for it back in the day, but as he said to me that obviously it was in his collection and he's probably never going to get round to doing it. And a couple of people have asked about sending stuff. There is an email in the channel description that you can contact me if there's anything you want to send. I'm always grateful. And you make it to our front page thanks list. And likewise, if there's ever anything that is in my job lots that you like the look of, don't hesitate to contact me. So that's that. And then Steve Jones, a friend I know, contacted me and said he had this, which is the Airfix rally car collection. Nice kit, because this one comes with 3 like stands. You think car stand? Well, it's actually like a part of a rally corner. So it comes with these. So there's 3 of those, and effectively you set it up. So that's your road, and then in here as well you've got these. So you actually make it into like a proper rally stage. So that's probably easier if I move it in front of that. So there we go. So it actually sets up like that, and then your car will sit obviously on the road there. And there are some decals for the roads markings and things like that in there. It's actually a very nice kit. I'm not sure why Steve didn't want to keep hold of it, but I'm very, very grateful. That's the Citroen, I think. Is that the Citroen or is that the Peugeot? No, that would be the Peugeot actually. That's the Peugeot. That's the Citroen. And so the last one will be the little Ford. The Ford Focus. Yeah, there we go, Ford Focus there. So that's nice, and we've got all the paperwork and decals and things. So there we go. You got your road markings. You got some bushes, obviously, for the sidewalls and things like that. Not sure I'd use those, but I'd certainly use the road markings. A little bit of a crease there, but hey ho, matters not. And then obviously we've got the decals for the 3 car schemes. So let's start. So you've got, let's put these here and you can look at them all. So there's that one. There we go. And that'll be for the Peugeot, I believe. Sparko. Yep, that's the Peugeot one. Obviously, we've seen that one. That's the road markings. And that the stands are actually Hella. So obviously a Hella Airfix collaboration on that one. So there we go. So these probably appeared originally in the Hella range, I would imagine. There will be something about it later on. There we go with the Ford decals. Nice set there. And then the final ones will be the Citroen. There we go. Citroen decals. Yeah, so you know what, when stuff comes through the post, I do get blown away. The kindness of people. It's very, very gratefully received. I haven't got unlimited funds to be going out and buying stuff, so anyone that has got stuff that's lying around that they no longer want, you know, I'm happy to do it, and obviously you get a feature on the video. So I'm just going to pause it there for a second. I'll clear this away and then we'll move on to the purchases. Right, we're back. So yeah, so thanks for sending those bits and pieces. It's very, very much appreciated. Picked up a few Hot Wheels. We've got the Formula One. We've got the, so this is the Racing Bulls Formula One team. I'll bring that right in for you to have a closer look. This is part of the Formula One collection. I think there's 5 different cars in this set. There's the 2 of 5. There's the Red Bull. There's the Petronas Mercedes. There's the Ferrari, and there's the McLaren. Yeah. So there we go. So that's that. Here's that one there. There's the Lamborghini Huracan. Now this is it's almost like it's wrapped. It's got a very flat paintwork, but it's a fantastic looking little model. And this is from the Night Speed collection. Yeah, that's really, really nice. But the one that kind of blew me away, I was just, I'd say, browsing in Aldi, as you do, and I'm not an avid Hot Wheels collector, you know, by any means, but I do like certain vehicles. And because the last video you might have seen, I picked up some American muscle cars. I looked at a few that were in the Hot Wheels range, and I saw this one. I thought, oh, that looks all right. And I do like an Impala, so I thought, right, we'll have that. And it wasn't until I sort of had a closer look at it, it's actually, I don't know if you can see that there, the little gold symbol. It's a Super Treasure Hunt. Now these are changing hands anywhere between sort of 65 through to 120 quid, 130 quid on eBay. I wouldn't pay that for it, but I'm sure there are people out there that would. But yeah, a very nice find. The way you can tell the difference, if I can get this into focus, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Once that settles, hopefully you'll see that. There we go. So you get that little TH there is the treasure hunt symbol. And there's 2 types of treasure hunt. So there's the silver one, so on the bottom there it's in silver, or the golden one is the super treasure hunt. normal treasure hunts are, there's one in a box. So if there's 70, 80 cars in a box, there'll be one treasure hunt. Super treasure hunt are about the same in boxes. So what I mean by that is for every sort of 15, 20 boxes, you might get a super treasure hunt. So you're talking one car in a couple of hundred, I suppose, 300, 400, something like that. So yeah, nice one to get. I'm sure there are people out there that would love to have this. I just saw it. I like the look of the car. The other difference, obviously, this is Spectra Flame paint, and it has nicer wheels than you get on the regular Hot Wheels. If I show you on, yeah, there we go, on the Lamborghini, you get a very standard wheel, whereas these are a little bit more detailed, and they've actually got rubber tyres. And this card differs from the standard version of this car because it actually mimics exactly the same colour. So that's what to look out for. So the little TH on the end and that gold symbol underneath. So that's the Hot Wheels. Went to the boot sale on Saturday and it was disastrous. It was just awful. There was very little there, but I did pick up this, which is a Hongwell stroke Carrama Willys Jeep. Now this is 1/76 scale. I'll just take that off a sec, I'll just show you. Again, I'm going to try and zoom in so you get a much better look at this because it's actually so detailed. There we go. And that is a lovely, lovely model. And the actual windscreen does go up. Hopefully that'll focus again in a second. There we go. So, there we go. Little mirrors. Now these are the same scale as, I presume they're made by the same people that do the Oxford Diecast somewhere in China or Japan, wherever it is. But these little models, these Carrama ones, you can normally pick up quite cheaply, but they are awesome little models. And I've got loads of these. So, yeah, so that's really cheap. Right. And then, bad boy that I am, I've been on Temu. Yes, the famous Temu. So I got myself a couple of packs of masking tape. I've used this before. I know it's Temu and I know it's cheap, but it's actually very, very good stuff. I think the 5 rolls were like £3 and the 3 rolls were like 140, 150, something like that. Not a lot of money, so I've got those. I also got some camouflage stencils. Now there's multiples in here. I'm not going to get them all out because they're an absolute nightmare to get back in. But you've got army camouflage, you've got all sorts of camouflage. And for when you're making your models and when you're trying to make a panel look a little bit different, some of these different shapes are actually much better because they're so random. You can get some really nice effects on the paintwork. So that is going to be great. So that was a set. I think they were £4. Well, the whole purchase from Temu I think came to £20. So there was that. Was it 20-ish? Anyway, then got some laser water slide decal paper. I've got to come back out here now because you can't see, can you? There we go. So there we go. And there's 10 sheets there, and so obviously that's for our diecast side of things. And I got some white stuff because I've got some clear, but I didn't have any white. So I actually got this because I was experimenting when I first started thinking about doing this. I bought inkjet printer paper, and unfortunately in the laser it just doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. So I've actually got the hopefully the definitive paper now to be able to do the decals now. So that's that. So that's that one. And finally, I picked up this. I've seen several people with them, and I thought, well, let's give it a go and see what it's like. Now, I think these were about £12, but I did have an offer, so they might be a little bit more expensive. But I got this one, and I can, if I move these out of the way, I can actually build it for you because it's actually very, very quick. So you open it up. There's several parts inside, so you've got your base. So that's your base. Let's get this camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. So there we go. There's the base. Then that's the roof. That's the back. So let's get this the right way up. So the back goes there. Then the side goes there. Then the other side, which is transparent, goes there. Then to be, you can, I think on the box it's very sketchy, but I do think it actually for 1/64th. But I found that the Matchbox and Dinkies actually go in it quite well. So here we go. So, just a few of the ones I've been sort of dabbling around with. And then you put your lid on. And then you think, oh my God, that's no good. You can't see anything. Well, they've even thought of that. So I'm just going to move you around like this. I'm going to move that round like this. That goes in the back of that, just about there. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see what's going on. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. And then we can lock them into place with our sliding front door. There we go. So, a nice little display. So if I can just now lift this up so you can have a little bit of a look. There we go. And turn that back that way. So there you go. A nice little way of displaying your models, keeping them a bit free of dust. And obviously in the packaging it shows it as a tiered stacking system. So, I mean, if you wanted to cram them in, you'd probably get 5 1/43 in there, but I thought it was nice with just the 4. And as for your 1/64th, which is your Matchbox, your Hot Wheels, you probably get sort of 8 or 9 in there. What I would suggest is a little bit of blue tack though at the base of the car to stop them moving about, because obviously every time you move these they roll about a bit. So, but a nice little display thing, and very, very easy to, we saw how easy it is to put together. And it comes with its own power supply, just plugs in USB, and you've got yourself a lovely little display. Anyway, short one this week. Lots of other stuff going on, so haven't been able to do very much. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. If you, all you've got to do is tick that box. Just remember, subscribing costs you nothing. It's a tick box to get you reminded of when the next video is coming. And the other thing I wanted to say was thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed, because we finally hit 300 people. I've just gone on to Substack as well. There's a couple of articles that are on there that I've written about collecting models and making plastic kits. It's Bryan's Model Workshop on Substack, so I'll put the link in the description. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you next week. Bye now.